All right, people, what's going on? Boy Yadi here. Doing one of these videos. I haven't done it in quite a while, but wanted to take some time to break down, well, one or two things. A, a strategy I've been collecting data on for the last 12 months consistently, and B, the opportunities presented in the market with that strategy that I've seen play out within the last week, and hopefully, well, not hopefully, but opportunities that I look forward to participating in the future as they continue to set up. But getting right into it, what I want to break down, what we have here is Euro USD. I do want to break down the opportunity that last played out, which would be this leg of price highlighted. I'm highlighting that right now, which does come from, I'll show it here, right? So that would be this right here. So on the daily, you can see market broke down from a higher high into a lower low on the daily time frame, giving us the start of a setup. That's the first half of the strategy. Market retracing back towards the supply zone, highlighted in red, and then using the fractal nature of the market, meaning going from a higher time frame to a lower time frame, really zooming into the price. We can see the transition from a uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows, into it eventually breaking down into a downtrend, making lower low with this break where the X is, giving us our entry here, which this is not as much as to predict the market as it is to anticipate what the next move would be. And in this case, when price was here at this point, the anticipation was that price would head lower. That said, entry taken there. We can see that once price moved back towards this low created first, that's where we move our stop loss to break even, taking risk off the table. That just comes down to the management of the trade. And this is GU. Let me see here. Well, eventually that trade playing out to where it is right now. So the entry would have been on this candle, stop loss at the high, and this is currently where price is at the moment. So what I'd like to take the time right now to do is try doing a quick video breaking down how it is that I'm coming across finding these opportunities consistently. Again, as all the data I have here, I've been collecting for quite some time now with the same approach in mind, so it's consistent, right? So the consistency is there. Just need to execute and manage the trades accordingly. So going back to the daily on EU, what I'll do is break down the opportunity itself, everything I'm looking for. Step one would be to find the structural breaking market. So I'm using a few basic concepts here. Market structure being one of them, lower lows, lower highs. Markets move in one of three directions. It's either in a downtrend, a uptrend, or it's consolidating or moving sideways. Downtrend, lower lows, lower highs into lower lows. An uptrend, higher highs into higher lows into higher highs. And when consolidating, it would be moving sideways. Now, market moving sideways, uptrend or downtrend, those are the three directions market move. Moving past that notion, we're keeping them in mind. The idea is the market is fractal, and by fractal, the easiest way for me to explain that would be something like a Russian doll. I don't know if you know what it is, you can search it up. But as you open the doll up, it consistently gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Market operates in the same fashion in terms of time frames. So if this is a daily chart, each candle you're seeing represents 1 day's worth of information. But you can also move from it representing 1 day's worth of information into 4 hours worth of information. So each candle here is representing 4 hours worth of information, which all that did was take the daily candles and split them up into 4 hour candles instead. So you're looking at the same information, but just expanded and showing 4 hours worth of data in each candle instead of 1 day's, which would be 24 hours worth of data, if that makes sense. But moving past that idea, what we're doing is market structure, the fractal nature, meaning higher time frame to lower time frame, the market structure on each of those time frames do matter. So if this is a higher time frame and this is the higher time frame move, the downtrend, I really want to explain this. If this is a, let's say, lower low into a lower high into a lower low, so it's a downtrend as shown here. The idea is once market broke this low, right, set this low here, this becomes a target. This low right here represented becomes a target. And the idea is price needs to or would like to retrace towards a supply zone, which is the next concept we're working with. I'll clear this up. The supply zone, which would be where we're looking to sell from, the buying to the sell, where we're looking most of the sell orders to enter the market. You either have supply or demand, institutional concepts. In this case, it's supply because it's selling. If we were in an uptrend and was looking to buy, we would be looking at demand, a level to buy from. But again, we're not looking to buy in this case, we're looking to sell. So we're looking at supply. So market breaking this low, having this low as a target, and we'll be using the most inefficient candle. I'll be using this one. That's the one I used to highlight before. This is, I'll always highlight the supply zones I'm looking for in red. So this is supply. So we have the market structure break. So we have the move down, the impulse down. We expect retracement up with the next move heading towards the target. That's the anticipation. So when price was given this price action here before it ever actually broke down, the idea was to anticipate market going down. If I can show that briefly, that would be when market was right here. Again, so when market first gave the impulse, we expected it to reach towards the supply zone with the idea that we need to take this target out, which we're looking to sell. What we're looking for in a sell opportunity is the opportunity to be a participant in the market and at which point we can get in and get out. So price breaking down, right? What I'll do is go to the 4 hour chart and the fractal nature of the market I was speaking of. I'll leave this here. Lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We're expecting now a move up into a move down. I'll go to the 4 hour chart and the fractal nature of the market I'm speaking on is the fact that price breaking down on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, you have a different market structure. Higher highs, higher lows forming, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Might get confusing, but that's just what it is, the nature of the market. So entry wise, what we're looking for is price on the lower time frame on the 4 hour chart, making lower lows, lower highs on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, we're looking for an uptrend. So we're looking for price here, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low to start breaking towards the top side, which it did here. So a break higher coming from this low, right? We have another break higher. We have another break higher. And we have the uptrend here. which eventually turns into a downtrend once we took this low out. Now, taking this low out, working with the same concept, we have a leg of price breaking down, high to low. This is the supply candle we're working with. I'm just going over this as I'm saying as quick as I can, but as simple as I can. I can try breaking this down in the future more thoroughly. But what we have is the supply candle right here, where we're looking for an entry from. Entry here, stop loss at the high, and the target being the higher time frame low set in stone right here. So that being the original target, once price hits this point, stop loss moves to break even, which takes risk off the table. And beyond that is to allow the position to run and generate whatever profits it can. So that's a breakdown of the system. Just doing a video explaining it. I'll see if I can even review this video, see what I can explain better. Any questions, concerns can be asked, but did want to just take an opportunity, get the ball rolling, try breaking down these opportunities. Now, the same system I'm using on the EUR USD chart, because I'm using basic market structure, I can and have been using the same system across different markets to find similar opportunities. This is another chart, AUD USD, daily break. We have a target, right? Go to the 4 hour, same system. We're looking for an uptrend. Market starts taking out the high, right? Took it out here. Once it took it out, went back to being a downtrend right here. Gave us the entry on this candle. So entry here, stop loss at the high, target towards the low. So the same system, that just took me 30 seconds if to break down that entry, but it's the same system I just explained on EUR USD. Same system taken here on AUD USD, GBP USD. Can even break that down real quick. Same system. We have daily break towards the sell side. We have a target here. All right, we have a supply candle here. Go to the 4 hour. We're looking for an uptrend. Market takes out the high, takes out the high, takes out the high. And once price shifted towards the sell side, then we have our supply candle right here from which to look for entries. Everything that we've been looking for consistently. Stop loss above the high, entry taken, target towards the low. So it's a consistent approach towards finding entries in the market. I find it interesting. I've been executing on this system for a year now, just collecting data on it, seeing how it plays out, how to manage the trade, and how to make use of the opportunities. But I'll wrap it up here. So long video, 13 minutes. I'll wrap it up here. Not trying to spend too much time explaining, the same concept, but I do see potential in what it is I've been working on. So just wanted to put it out there and see where we can go from there. But I appreciate your time. If y'all sat and watched, this whole video, y'all are loved, y'all are appreciated. I'll see if I can start breaking down these opportunities more consistently. As with each break, there comes a new opportunity, and there should be more opportunities showing itself for this coming week. So I'll be keeping my eyes on that. But again, appreciate your time. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Enjoy y'all night, man.